Hello and thank you for joining us tonight with Prefare Gourmet Meal Kits. Today we're going to be showing you how to cook artichoke heart and sun-dried tomatoes stuffed chicken breast. So let's go ahead and take a look on what's inside. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look on what we got inside. First part we have is the lemon white wine sauce. We got some spinach here. Notice how they put everything kind of in individual sections in the packaging so you can pull everything out the right way. We have some garlic and shallot mix. This is the artichoke heart and sun-dried tomato mix right here. And we have some parsley. Then depending on how you pronounce it, gnocchi or gnocchi. And then last but not least, we have the chicken breasts. All right. Next part, we'll start doing the prep work. Even though Prefare takes care of most of all of the prep work, we'll go ahead and start putting everything where it needs to belong. What we do is we're going to set the oven to 375. So let that warm up while we're getting everything else prepped. So after we do the oven, we're going to go ahead and pick the parsley off the stem and chop the parsley set aside. So real quick, we'll just pull it off, set the stems aside. We'll go ahead and set it aside. Alright, now we're going to take the chicken out of the wrapping, and then what we're going to do is make sure you put it on a non-wooden board, so that because the wood is porous and it absorbs the chicken, so it's not as sanitary as using a plastic one. So we're going to take it out of here, and then once we take it out, we're going to slit it open. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Alright, so now that it's out of its packaging, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut it lengthways like this, but we don't want to go all the way through. We want to leave about 1/4 of an inch left on the side, so that way we can stuff everything, all the ingredients on the inside. Alright, so now you see we have it cut open right about in half, and now we're going to begin to stuff both the artichoke hearts and everything inside of this. Alright, and just in case you need some toothpicks to help hold it together in case you cut too far or it's too thin, go ahead, they provide toothpicks for you, so we're going to go ahead and pull those out, and then once we stuff it, we're going to kind of hold it together with toothpicks. So I'm going to go ahead and put these to the side right here. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and stuff it with the artichoke and sun-dried tomatoes. So about half for each, half of this for both chicken breasts. So like I said earlier, we're going to go ahead and use the toothpicks to kind of hold pieces of it together. All right, now for the next one, this one's a little too thin, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna put it on there, and then we're gonna use the remaining toothpicks to kind of hold it together. All right, in the next part, we're gonna move over to the burner and actually gonna start cooking the chicken. All right, right before we put this into the pan, we're going to go ahead and salt and pepper both sides just lightly. That was the sound of our oven reaching 375 degrees. We're going to do both sides real quick. All right, now over here we're going to go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons of oil into the pan, and we're going to put it on about medium-high heat. So depending on your version, it could be 8 or 6, but medium-high. And we're going to go ahead and add the chicken. All right, and once the chicken's added and once the pan gets a little hot, we're going to cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, and then we're going to flip it. All right, it's been a couple minutes now. We're going to go ahead and flip it. And while you're flipping, you want to make sure that the toothpicks don't fall out or interfere with it at all. All right, looks good. Now we'll wait another 2 or 3 minutes. Now you want to make sure both sides are about golden brown. So this side is right here. We'll go ahead and check the other side. And that looks like it is too, so we're going to go ahead and take them out. And we're going to go ahead and add them to the oven for about 4 to 6 minutes, or until the chicken is cooked thoroughly through, which means there's no pink whatsoever. Alright, now using the same pan without wiping out any of the oil, we're going to go ahead and add the shallots, which is in the little container, the garlic and shallots in there. So we're going to add those, and for about 30 seconds we're going to cook them. It smells so good. You just want them to cook just a little bit so that the flavor starts to pull out of them. All right, after it's been about 30 seconds, we're going to go ahead and add the sauce here, the white wine sauce. And if there's any residue in there, go ahead and try to get that out. Make sure we get all of it in there. Then we're going to go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons of water as well. So if there's still a little bit in there, kind of mix it in. Make sure you get all the remnants inside there, and go ahead and add that. At a simmer, we're going to add the gnocchi to it, so that way it can start to get a little, start to cook the gnocchi a little bit. Now that it's at a simmer, we're going to go ahead and add the gnocchi, and be careful not to let it splash too much so you don't burn yourself here. All right, then we're just kind of stir that around for about 3 to 4 minutes until they start to soften up. All right, we want to spend about 3-4 minutes, maybe a little longer, but we want the sauce that's in here to we want the gnocchi to absorb most of it. So once the liquid's kind of simmered down and the gnocchi's absorbed it all, then you know it's about done. All right, now that the sauce is getting a little bit thicker, you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see as you pull away the sauce doesn't fill in right away, but it takes a few seconds for it to fill in, so it's starting to get thick. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and add the spinach in, all of it in there, right into there, and we'll stir it in. And what we're looking for with the spinach is just for it to start to get a little wilted looking. So, and I already took out the chicken. Make sure when you take it out, go ahead and check it to make sure that it's cooked all the way through. You can go ahead and slice a little bit into the chicken in a thicker part, just to make sure that there's no pink on the inside, and if there isn't, then you're good to go. So we're going to go ahead and stir this just a little bit longer, but you can see that the spinach is starting to get a little wilted. And once all of it is, and then we're done here. All right, so as you can see here, the spinach is pretty much cooked all the way through. We're done with this for right now. We'll transfer it to the plate in just a minute, and want to make sure that you turn off all the heating elements before you do any of that. So now we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the chicken. First thing we're going to do is make sure that we don't bite in the chicken with the toothpick. So we're going to go ahead and remove those. So make sure you are aware, you remember how many you put in, so you take out that same amount. And obviously, when you're doing this, be careful, because the chicken, if you just pull it out of the oven, make sure you let it rest for about at least a minute, because it's going to be very hot. So this has been sitting for a few minutes now, so it's it's not as hot to touch. So, all right. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut them in half. But before we do that, we're going to plate the gnocchi and spinach onto our plates here. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take half of the gnocchi and spinach and put it on the plate here. Half for each. This looks and smells amazing. I'm so excited to try what Prefare has put together for us. Now we're going to go ahead and cut the chicken breasts in two. And we're doing this, more for presentation, making it look good, and you can actually see what's on the inside. So if you look inside there real quick, you can see everything's cooked all the way through. We have the center, everything looks good. So now we're going to go ahead and finish plating right now. So we're going to want to place the chicken breasts on top of the gnocchi here. Just like so. Oh, this looks so good. I am so excited to try it. Then what we're going to do, if you have any remaining, that gravy left over, we're going to go ahead and transfer that gravy onto the chicken breasts that are left here. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. We're just about done. It's only been about maybe 10-15 minutes for this whole process. So that's one thing amazing about Prefare is you don't have to spend hours prepping the work. It's already done for you. Everything's already made. You just have to basically cook it. All right, we got a little bit of gravy left here, so I'm just gonna put a little bit on this one. All right, one last step. Remember the parsley that we had you cut up right in the beginning? Well, now we're gonna add it to we're gonna garnish it with the top, so just go ahead and sprinkle that around just a little bit, as much as you like. Do it on both of those. And I am so ready to eat this. All right, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done, ready to eat. It is that simple. All right, here's the real test. We're gonna try it out real quick for you. So I'm very excited to try this. Make sure I get all the artichokes in there with the gnocchi. That is so good. It's amazing, amazing.